At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ready to get us started, it's Cade York. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd and 7, Pickett. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Hodges. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The Steelers at 7 and 8 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
41 right here.
Pickett sets up play action. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Let's go, defense.
Adams the man in motion right. Throw left side, complete to Foster. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Running left, it's Barkley. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings him to 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Watson. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. We're scoreless after 1. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And it's caught. Touchdown. Davante Adams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Forced out to his left. Pickett lost it. And this is picked up by the Browns. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling.
To kick off for the Browns.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw, Pickett. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. The slot man in motion right. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First and 10, here's Pickett. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To throw again on 2nd down. Pickett, and he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Watson on first down. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Micah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Looking to throw again on second down.
Pickett
under pressure, and down he goes. Myles Garrett collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
Slot man moves right.
From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On second and a couple. Watson eluding the pressure right.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off of play action, it's Watson.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Akello Witherspoon.
And the Steelers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final two quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers, because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So good coverage there defensively, as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Pickett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. On the corner blitz that time, the sack goes to Denzel Ward.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators, and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Barkley. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The throw over the middle taken in, and he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 71-yard punt return. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impress. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Pickett. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Pickett now on 1st down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Josh Allen in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Now a give right side. It's Hodges. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
3rd and long for Pickett.
Throw left side complete. That's Hodges. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there,
and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
The extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
He finds his man, complete. It's Hodges. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The offense on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Able to find his man. It's It's Pickens. He'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 21 yards there on third down. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He finds his man, complete. It's Hodges. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Pickett, he's going to throw it again. He finds his man, complete. It's Hodges. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. From the gun, here's Pickett. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Pickett back to throw.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Kaiser White.
And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And Watson's going to throw it here. He'll let it go deep for Foster. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for Cleveland,
they improved to 14-2 with still one game left to be played in this regular season.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And with that,